Well, I want to see how you guys are doing on this. Well, in this arena, it's a little chilly. I, no, that's the wrong word for it. It's straight up cold. You see what I'm wearing? I'm wearing a yes, I'm wearing a well, actually, you guys should check this out. I'm wearing my a DJ Saved My Life. This is a hoodie. I don't want to mess up my hair to put it on, but welcome to another edition of Interludes Extra Talk on Tuesdays, where the temperature in Chicago is, you guessed it, it's straight up cold. I have no clue how it got so cold. I know it's January, but Lord, 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 help somebody, help somebody. Anyway, I see some folks are in the chat. I see Mr. Springer is here. Thanks a lot. And of course, we are so excited to see you guys here on Interlude Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays. Man, oh man, it's going to be a exciting, fun time on today. And of course, there is nothing like controversy, especially when it comes to the culture. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. But of course, we're going to do the fun stuff first. And of course, it's Val the Voice Johnson. I'm glad you guys were able to join me on this wonderful evening as we sit here and be the Wizard of Oz and press all the buttons. I'm going to see you guys a little bit after this. Here we go. It's another edition of Interlude Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays. This is Val the Voice Johnson. And of course, we're so excited that you are able to join us here live and in living color. Oh my goodness. I even like saying live and in living color. And of course, it is the day after January 20th. Some important things happened, including MLK Day, but we'll get to that in a second. Of course, one of our affiliate sponsors is Key Spot. Oh my goodness. So excited to be working with Cynthia McAllister. She's doing such a great time. Join her and learn a little bit more about her and what she does for small businesses. It's Share, Connect, and Grow. Our affiliate sponsor. You go to keyspot.app.com and learn a lot more about how she can promote your business on her app. That's right. She's got an app, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, my goodness. And of course, it is you can become a sponsor. Join us. And I'm so happy. I will not be saying Linktree too much longer. It will be purelighthousemedia.com, but that is coming next month. I am so over the moon excited about it. But of course, do me a major favor. Get your copy of A DJ Saved My Life. It is the ebook that is available on purelighthousemedia.net. That's our store. And some of the things that's with our store, I'll be coming right back to this, is this wonderful sweatshirt. I don't know if you all can see it. I'm modeling. I don't know if you all can tell. So it has the cover of the book and what's that? It's not the book, ladies and gentlemen. It is I want to call it it's a journal. And it's got my little lovely face on it. Here I am, got my little lovely face. It's spiral. And of course, I wanted to have something like this in my hand because the actual printed book is coming. We got to, work on those things that we do. So this is available on purelighthousemedia.net as well. So get your sweatshirt, get your journal. You can journal about how beautifully warm it is and all the rest of that. And I don't know, I just like the appearance of that. And of course, April says she loves her journal. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. This I ordered this and I got very excited when I saw this. This is just I love it. It's beautiful. So anyway, if you like this, it's available. And of course, the t-shirt and the sweatshirt is available. So I figured let me get my own situation. And April, thank you so very, very much. Of course, man, oh man, I'm just telling you. And of course, uh, you scan the QR code and get all the information about the ebook and everything else. And of course, our Patreon. Join our community on patreon.com/interludes. You can go ahead and make sure that you can become a partner, view things that you haven't seen before. We put a lot of our other stuff over there, some of behind the scenes. We're in the process of uploading some things, including the entirety of my comedy act. That's going to be free for a little bit for the folks that just join at, no membership. But then eventually it is going to slip into the membership only section. So that'll be fun. But join our community over there at patreon.com and you can see some fun stuff. Thanks a lot, Mr. Springer. Mr. Springer. Oh my goodness. It is amazing. I see that Kevin wants to jump right into this right now. Fans to cancel Nelly, Soulja Boy, Snoop Dogg, Rick Ross for inaugural acts. Oh my gosh. I'd love to know what you guys think about that. As I talk about a few other things, we're going to be circling back to that big topic because I know that's why many of you guys are here. If you have some thoughts about why and how these gentlemen decided they were going to support and be at the 2025 inauguration, we're going to intelligently talk about it. I'm not going to throw mud or do names and stuff like that. We're not going to do that. But what I am going to do is show you guys a picture of what's been happening with the city. That is my beautiful city, Chicago. You guys see that? Isn't it gorgeous? I woke up to -5 this morning. It was -5. I think if I had sneezed, the droplets of my sneeze would have fallen on the ground. It cannot be this cold. Are you kidding me? But it was. I don't know who took this picture. I grabbed it and I thought about how much ice a lot of Lake Michigan has just frozen over. Nothing but ice hanging out. I don't know what's going on, but April says, yeah, that's cold. And when I say cold, it was -5, and the Chicago Public Schools did not have class. Thank God they didn't have those babies out there trying to get to school. I don't know. And here's the thing. Now, Queen April, she asked me, are the roads clear in Chicago? Of course they are. We haven't had any snow for about 4 or 5 days. It just got ice cold. Ice, baby. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. I'm not with a fraternity or sorority. I just like saying that. But yeah, so I was totally amazed about how cold it got here in Chicago. I know there was a snowstorm in New York. I was on the phone with friends. We do a Zoom ever so often, and I was so grateful to have a conversation about that. And we were talking, and she said, "Well, how cold is it there in Chicago?" I said, "It's in the single digits." So people were thinking, "Oh, it's only 9 degrees. Oh, it's 8 degrees." I'm like, "No, it's 0." I mean, oh my goodness. I don't understand it. And of course, thank you so much, Mr. Springer, for letting folks know about what we're talking about. Now, April sent me a video. I was totally cracking up when I saw this. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. But you know what? It explains exactly what it was doing here in Chicago. Just cold for no reason. She sent this to me just before the show started, and I was like, I have got to share this on on the show. Let me go ahead and let you guys hear what this guy said about the brick code in Chicago.
Stupid. Chicago is no degrees outside. I'm talking, it's negative degrees. That means the degrees came back and took some other degrees with it. It's so cold outside, the ground is ashy. Look at it. It's dry. I ain't never seen the ground white. It looked like somebody's lips. It's so cold outside, you got to start warming your car up 48 hours before you decide to go outside and get in it. This is stupid.
I have no words. I have no words. Who is this? T. Murph on Facebook. Oh my gosh. April, thank you so much for sending that to me. I did not know it was going to be like that. And here's the thing. In Houston, where I have family, it is snowing in Houston. It's supposed to be warm there. You're supposed to escape to cities like Houston, New Orleans, Kentucky, to get away from the snow and the ice. But it was there, and very, very scary. I don't know what was going on, but hey, oh my goodness. But it is what it is. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I just thought that was a funny video. I just had to share it. AI is funny, ladies and gentlemen. When I say AI is funny, I have a tendency to get on AI and ask it for help. When I say I ask it for help, I say, can you design a picture? And you can do this with, I think, ChatGPT. Can you design a picture of a coach and a person that's a DJ? So I want you all to see with how, now I call my AI, his name is Corey. He's affectionately known as Corey. I know you all are thinking, Valerie, why are you naming your AI? It was suggested by a very good friend of mine. Thank you, Mr. Daniel Nelson, to name my AI, and I've named my AI. Yes, I did. So this is the picture that it came up with. Now, I don't know how Corey sees me, but I think Corey sees me like that. And the coach, well, I don't think Tony is that. I don't think Tony is that muscular, but you know, he is straight up and down, but I don't know if he looks like that. So I asked Corey again, could you please, try to mature me. Maybe I'm not, so out there. And then this is what Corey came up with. I said, put a jacket on me or something, but then looks like the AI made my breast bigger. Now, ladies and gentlemen, who is operating AI? Are there men? And they just think like, I don't know. It's a thing. I don't understand it, but I was thinking I would like to use some type of AI, but I don't know. But then after I fussed, and I mean I fussed, I turned into mama on Corey. I said, Corey, now I don't know how you see me, but I need you to make this very, very conservative. I don't know what girlfriend is doing. She ain't trying. And then he made Tony bald headed. How you gonna give this child no? This child has got no hair. You know what Coach Tony looks like. He got hair. He looking good. Anyway. I know, April. I'm telling you. So finally, we went ahead and Corey got me the picture I thought was cool. That's right. We put away the cleavage. We did some purple. We kept hair on Coach Tony. This is AI. Ladies and gentlemen, this is AI. So I thought I need to share this with you guys. Let me know in the chat. What do you all think of this picture? Should it be this one or should it be this one? So I'm a church lady. So the church lady likes this one. She's cute. The pants are a little tight, but it's all good. And then of course, the AI coach has hair and he's got his hand on the basketball. Okay. enough with that. Now I see Kevin, thank you so very much for this article. I'm going to see if I can bring it up. Meet the Press video of MLK says his father would be disappointed but not surprised by things that are happening in the current worldview. So we welcomed a new president on yesterday. It was the inauguration 2025. I didn't watch it live. I had other things going on, so I did watch a little bit of it, afterwards. And one thing, because I am someone that loves the Lord and believes in the Holy Scriptures, and when I say Holy Scriptures, I mean I'm trying to apply that at every juncture I get. Man, oh man. So every president, every 4 years, they take the oath of the office. Something was a little bit noticeable about Trump taking his, I want to call it his, doing his oath. He didn't have his hand on the Bible. Every other president, anyway, doesn't matter. So the inauguration happened. I focused on honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and watching a couple of things that happened online. Just really, really, really moved by what I saw and what I heard. And of course, this is NBC Meet the Press. I forgot that's NBC. I can't show any of that stuff, but definitely, what did you all do to celebrate MLK Day? Now, his actual birthday is January 15th, and I think we mentioned it on last week. Okay, let me get Tony's gonna get himself together, and I'm gonna bring him back. But like I said, it is. What did you all do for MLK Day? I'm curious to know what you all did. So I'm definitely gonna do that. Anyway, let me bring. I see Mr. Coach is here. Hi, how you doing? I see we both got the memo. We got on black.
Hey man, I know. You know what we gonna do. Hey, I was checking out that AI design, and I'm like, who the hell?
Oh yeah, what did you think about that? Because I said it was a little too provocative.
They had you like blam and blam. They had you out there like, remember back in the day, you'd watch Wonder Woman or Batman or Robin, and somebody get hit, bam, blam, splat. That's what you sit there. I'm like, I know, but I know you because I know you and people don't. I know you in your word. You said, what the hell does this got to do with what a DJ saved my life?
I mean, the hairstyle is cute on Girlfriend, but look how the AI designed you, though. Your arms look real big in this shot, man.
I'm taking all that. But
I told him to do it again, and then he made you bald headed. I said, make me mature, but looks like it made it made the girls bigger. I don't know what happened.
And what's up with me with the referee shirt on? Ain't no ref. Why I gotta have a referee shirt on?
But he took your hair away. That's what I was cracking up about. I'm like, why is Coach got all his hair? I mean, I don't.
I told my son, boy, you glad you from my seat. I got a good grade of hair, man.
And then, of course, I fussed at it. I says, you need to put the girls away. Please put a basketball. And then I said, make sure that you have red and black or something with the coach. And you got a bright smile. We got Chicago in the background.
Hey, you got the real turntable too. The real turntable, not the CDJs you had. Give me the 12s, man. You gotta let me go with the 12s right there. I love it. Now, the only thing I would do differently is I would take the basketball and be spinning it on one finger. That's the only thing that I love it.
Well, then I'll ask it to do that. But I liked how they designed the girl. They gave her flecks of gray in her hair, which is really cute. And then it says DJ on her jacket, which I really, really like. So you'll be seeing this around. I just wanted to get some
Hey,
of you guys' opinion about it.
Drop the tie. Drop the tie. I don't do the ties no more. Drop the tie.
Oh, you don't do the ties?
Yeah, and you can actually put me in an Adidas jogging suit. I'm fresh with that. You can put me in Adidas put me in Adidas warm up, Adidas from head to toe. I'm good with that.
Oh, okay, good. I'm hyped about it too. I'm hyped about it too. Hey, you know what? Over the weekend, before we get into our major topic, you got a chance to spend some time with one of the folks that was on the show. You want to talk about that?
Oh yeah, I got an opportunity to go out, and again, this is what's so nice about the show. We have the opportunity to have wonderful guests, and especially in my industry, sports and coaching. And Coach Special Jennings made it to town with Jacksonville University, played against David Lipscomb University Sunday, and I was able to get out to the game. It was great, and I was able to take one of my players out to the game as well, and got an opportunity to spend some time with Coach, and it was absolutely wonderful. And she dropped some fire nuggets to my player, who asked a very good question, Val, as in, what do you look for? What do you look for in a player when you recruit, and why do you give them a scholarship? And she gave her a very simple answer. She said, I look for a motor and a kid that can constantly go up and down the floor, play good defense. And I look for a kid that when a coach takes him out, do you look eyeball to eyeball, or do you look off? And then the last thing is I look and see if a kid is a good teammate. It was phenomenal.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And like I said, she was one of your guests for the Pull Up Podcast show. And so I said, Coach, if you got anything happening over the weekend, because you didn't have to deal with the ice cold situations, but of course, it's always good to see you and other folks doing your thing and coaching. And of course, Special Jennings, just a wonderful guest that we had for the Pull Up Podcast show in our second season. And of course, I'm happy to announce that as of tomorrow, the Pull Up Podcast show is now reaching 1 year. Happy anniversary.
Yeah. Man, I love it. I love it. And the cool part about what you just mentioned a moment ago is just the ability just to have those people involved in the growth of the show and absolutely love it. It is absolutely wonderful. And I told her we got some merch for us, so I got to get this merch to these people, Val. Don't make me look bad.
Exactly. So yeah, I sent her a message via email, and I went ahead to do that. And of course, a recap on yesterday, we had a really good time with Melissa W. Anthony, learning a lot about sports. I really enjoyed having her on the show. And of course, I love when the guests stick around and talk with us. I'm going to get permission to get like the behind the scenes for our Patreon community. But yeah, we really had a good time talking with Melissa, and you guys have been knowing each other for a long while, right?
Man, we go back 3 decades, and it's so crazy to just, I didn't even know about some of the small stories even that she remembered, and just to even get the accolades she gave me just in the sales world, because I'm telling you, I was a monster. I'm knocking on them doors, and I translated that same thing, Val, to the basketball industry and the basketball court, how I taught my kids, and it was absolutely phenomenal. But it was just great to hear a perspective of who you are from somebody else. You know what I mean? And
right.
I was also just in awe because I really wanted to really understand what was the meaning behind what just happened in sports. And it came out just like we said, just a mom sitting in the stands, taking a kid to a game, running her mouth off to the fans in the stands, and her own child makes a good play, and she turns to her friend and say, what just happened? Because she didn't play. Now the parent tells her what happened, and then the kid got to get in the car, and the mama got to lie and take him to McDonald's or Wendy's to get some food, because you got to play it off like you watched the play when you mad at yourself because you missed it. But moving forward, you are now tuned in to everything your child does. So I love the play on that, and I was just glad to have it. And again, Val, this is why we do the pull-up. Because it's not about the big names. I wanted to get involved with that because originally I told you I wanted to bring the people, the diamonds in the rough, people that people don't know about that are doing big things in their community. And she's in a nice big community called Atlanta and doing these nice things. So it's perfect.
I know. And here's the thing. I'm grateful that she got a chance to come on the show. And like I said, Melissa is just she has a really good heart. And April is wishing you a happy anniversary. And also, and she said, great show last night.
Thank you, baby. And and Val should have came in and dropped happy anniversary.
To you.
Happy anniversary. Oh, don't get me started.
So really quickly, the 56th NAACP Image Awards is coming. They try to have it around Black History Month, so it's going to be airing on Netflix as well as I think BET Live. And then of course some of the nominations. I don't know if you guys are checking those things out. I think if I'm looking at this right, and this is according to Variety. Oh, did my I think my other laptop just froze. That's hilarious.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Shannon Sharp for Entertainer of the Year.
I saw that, and that kills me from Club Shay Shay. That lets me know that me and you are on the right track. But when you go back and get controversy in Mike and Cat Williams, a controversy with Ice Cube, you get a controversy what's going on with Snoop and these guys and a few other people. The only thing that makes me mad about that now is that, and I hope my frat brother Ryan Clark and these boys love me, is that the year prior, coming out of COVID, Pivot Podcast was killing it.
Wow.
They wasn't up for the NAACP Image Award, and they were crushing it. And with Shannon, Ryan, and Fred, they were doing their thing. They kind of, to me, put the roadmap out for guys doing it the right way. And I think a lot of people played off of that because I know I was one of them. Instead of me having to go to podcast class, I went to Pivot Podcast class. You feel me? And so I'm like, okay. And I remember driving around in my car. I was done listening to the radio. Why? Because me and you were DJ. So I started making my own mixtapes. So, and people are like, man, what radio station you listen to? DJ Tony Tone. That's what I'm listening to.
So he is one of the nominees for Entertainer of the Year, and now I just finally brought that up. It's going to be at the Pasadena Civic Center, and prayerfully we're still praying for the folks out in California who are possibly dealing with the fallout from a lot of the fires, who have displaced thousands and thousands of people. I still say if you're going to do an award show and it's going to be out in California, there needs to be some kind of fundraising thing attached to it. That's just my own personal opinion. I don't know about you, Coach. It's sometimes it comes off as insensitive when it's doing that type of thing. So I don't understand it. But you know what? I'll just bring it up so I can show you guys what I'm looking at so you all can check it out, because it got very busy here today, Coach. And I was like, I try to do all these pictures, and it's like, you know what? We gonna wing it like this. But we got NAACP awards. We are talking, who got nominated for 14 nominations? The Piano Lesson.
Ooh, one of our nice movies that we that we reviewed.
Exactly. I'm happy to see that. So, and of course, this makes what's his name? And of course, they haven't announced a host, but Queen Latifah has done the last 2 years. But it comes with the nominations for Malcolm Washington and John David Washington. So these are all the children of Denzel Washington, and of course Daniel Detweiler, Samuel Jackson, Corey Hawkins, and Skylar Alice Smith. and this was on Netflix, of course. Sony's Bad Boy, Ride or Die, Bob Marley's One Love, Netflix,
I
the
love that One Love.
688, and Universal's Wicked. Now, of all of these, I want to call it winners or nominees. Who do you think? Because you love doing this with coaching, but who do you think should win for best picture?
Man, that's tough. I'm gonna tell you. I don't know if you saw it, but I got an opportunity to sit down, and I was hooked on One Love. I love the story of Bob Marley. I thought they told it great. As a matter of fact, that week that I watched that was the week I headed to Arizona to hang out with Mike Drew. And I remember I knew I had a 3.5-hour flight. And Val, I got on the plane and downloaded Bob Marley's greatest hits. And man, I was in awe. I didn't even know some of the things I even heard. And then when I got there, I just happened to find a Bob Marley fan at the hotel when I got there to check for the game. And then when Mike got to town, we was all hanging out together. And his one brother was breaking down like a whole Bob Marley memoir. I'm like, really? And so to me, I would say I love the other movies. I think Wicked didn't get enough opportunity to kind of like sink in because it just happened. But I would have to say out of that group, to me, the One Love is I'm hoping we get some stuff.
Well, you know what? I am in between The Piano Lesson and 688. Those are the two that I'm most drawn to. I liked how I like Malcolm's vision of The Piano Lesson, which I have seen on stage as well as it done with Charles S. Dutton when he acted in it in the 90s. And so, and then, for as much as I've criticized Tyler Perry for some of the films and things that he's done, 688 I was just a brilliantly put together film, and to have how it ended, where he ends with the real life folks who were a part of this history that was not in the history books. I'd say if you have not seen it, and if you are someone who has served in our military, or someone who has, this is such a brilliant tribute in my mind throughout the entire film to all servicemen. There was no internet back in the 40s, and getting your mail was a way that helped you deal with the atrocity of wars. And I'm just saying, they organized, how much did they organize a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
It was over, it was almost like 1 million letters going out. The crazy part about it is, if you're going to break it down to those two movies, I'm going to give 688. To me, it's hands down. I like The Piano Lesson, but it was something that was set a little bit further back in time to deal with it. But 688 moved the world. And it was a piece of history that it's like, you remember when Tuskegee Airmen came out, the movie?
Yeah, I do remember that, yeah.
Right. And you're like, oh, man. And then you start like, wow. Well, people don't even remember, these brothers already got monuments, right? We just wasn't up on it. But this is something about the Black women, right? A regiment of Black women, and a Black woman that goes down in history who's the only Black woman at that ranking in the military to have a statue and a complete training army facility named after her. So when you look at it like that, that is history making. And I had to go 688 by far.
I know. And oh boy. I like when people call me and they know I got a live show. Anyway.
I get that all the time.
Anyway, the other multiple nominees, Anjanou Ellis Taylor, for Nickel Boys and Exhibiting Forgiveness. That's really a good film. I checked that out, of course. And then also she's also nominated for Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat. That's on Hulu. That's really a good one. Colin Domingo's
Supreme Earl, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, we reviewed The Madness, remember? So he's nominated, Colin Domingo is nominated for The Madness. We reviewed that
Love
too.
the Madness. My son is watching it now. He's like, Dad, thank you, man. This is crazy. I was like, exactly. That's why they
Kerry
call it Madness.
Washington is nominated for 6888. We just mentioned that, of course. And then, of course, my favorite Hulu from Onyx, the Onyx Collective, in Unprisoned. Oh my gosh. If you've not seen that show, guys, you are really missing out on it. And of course, let's see who else. We have Lupita Nyong'o, A Quiet Place Day One. That's the horror film that came out in June of last year. And Wild Robot, she's doing voicing on that. Angela Bassett with 911 and her voiceover in Orin and in the Dark. Yeah. And then, of course, David Alan Grier, the American Society of Magical Negroes. Did you ever see that film?
No. And how the hell they got a nomination? I don't know.
I know. Oh, and April says that The Madness is off the chain. You better believe it. And then, of course, Sanaa Lathan with Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat. She actually did a great job in that one. And then, of course, Young, Wild, and Free. I have not seen that. Cree Summer, if you guys don't recognize that name, she's been in over 70 voiceovers, but we all know her as Freddie from A Different World. She was nominated for Abbott Elementary. And her voice-over roles in Rugrats and The Legend of Vox Matcha. And, of course, Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. You all. Aaron Pierre, that's Mufasa. So we reviewed Rebel Ridge and then Mufasa. That video, oh, my gosh, that is him coming down the walkway at Jennifer Hudson. That has gone completely viral. I am totally
my man. Yeah, that was early. That was the last movie that James Earl Jones got a chance to do.
That's what I'm talking. Hey, my auntie is on. Hey, auntie, she says, awesome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Well,
auntie, how you doing? You chilling out with Coach, and you with the coach right now, auntie. Hey, but only thing I want you to do. Keep that weather out in Nebraska. Don't be sending me none of that stuff. I don't want none of
it. Oh my gosh. So the NAACP Awards is going to be coming to you on next month, February 22nd. And you guys will be able to view it on BET, but it's also going to be streaming, I believe, live on Netflix. So I think everybody will get a chance to hit it, get a chance to see it. So that'll be fun. When we come back, it is a topic that everybody has been talking about. I got to, me and Tony, we're going to go in the back and talk about it for a second. But you know what?
April, turn up, April. I'm telling you right now, everybody, everybody else, I want to know these opinions. Don't be sitting back tonight. I always tell y'all, don't meet me there and beat me there. So when we get back, you beat me here with these questions we're going to talk about.
Here we go. We'll be back.
Hey, it's your main man right back at you. Coming live here from the Rise Studios. And it's your guy talking about what? Pull Up Podcast Show. What is the Pull Up Podcast Show? It's a brand new podcast hitting your airways nationwide, talking everything on sports, from baseball, basketball, hockey, and then I tell you, we're going to have a lot of fun. So make sure, if you want your questions answered, you want to have fun talking a lot of sports, make sure you pull up on me, because it's the Pull Up Podcast Show.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up.
Also, for those that want to learn a little bit more about this right here, oh yeah. That right there, that's the Rise, NIL, talking name, image, and likeness. Those having opportunities to get paid, you want to tune in to it.
Sports show, let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. Let's go.
Oh boy, I got.
Hey, remember back in the day, we go to party and we slam dancing. From
Of
my
course,
nephew,
of
I
course.
appreciate that. That's how you make me feel when I hear that track.
I gotta play this. I gotta play this for the audience to kind of set this tone of what is happening right now. Let me go ahead and see if I can get the audio going.
The foolishness.
And here we go.
And I thought it was the things that you do, not the things that you say should be done. If you follow what I do, this shouldn't even be an argument. He's the president. He won. This isn't a campaign. This isn't an RNC. I'm not out on the political campaign. I didn't get none of that 1.5. You see what I'm saying? Like to try to help somebody get voted.
Kamala didn't invite you to
No. She didn't invite me.
She didn't invite me either, man. I was gonna do all that whole.
Like, so, but I thought you was riding with me because I put on for my city and I try to bring my city up every step of the way. I did not know. I don't knock the ones that did. I don't knock the brothers and sisters that benefited from it. I don't knock the correspondents that may have gotten money to do that. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because it's an honor. I respect the office. It don't matter who is in office. The same way that our men and women, our brothers and sisters who protect this country have to go to war and have to put their life on the line for whoever in office. So if they can put their life on the line for whoever in office, I can damn sure perform for whoever.
What do you say to the people that say we're not giving you this backlash because of your political affiliation or your political choice or whatever? We're giving you this backlash because you are propping up a white supremacist.
I don't knock the ones that did. I don't knock the brother. I would ask them to show me where he's a white supremacist. And here's the thing. Okay, I get it. He did say if you don't vote for me, you're not black, right? Oh no, that wasn't him. That wasn't him.
Okay, I gotta stop. Okay, so
First of all, I'm about to jump off the diving board and I don't know how to swim, okay? So get ready to throw me a life preserver because I'm about to be kicking. I'm telling y'all right now. The fool said, this is how you know people are not in tune.
okay.
He said that I want to go perform for the presidency. No different, and it was an honor than the men and women that signed up for the military to serve our country. Fool, the men and women that signed up for our country is doing a job. And the minimum is 36 months on that job, not one damn hour. And then you come talking about he ain't no white supremacist. Hold on. Let me see. Well, maybe I ain't know about it. Google who you doing work for, man. Now I get it. And me and you went back and forth last night. I told you. He had said he got a call from his manager. Said that Snoop was about to do a show for the president. He didn't look and didn't think that it's Trump. I get that. Cause my phone ring. Hey, it's Val on the phone. What's up, Val? Hey, I need you to get to Chicago. We got a podcast to drop in 2 days. Okay, cool. I'm gonna pack up. I'll be there tomorrow. I ain't asked a question. Now we come up in there and Val about to interview the damn Proud Boys. We got problems because I'm gonna trip. This is gonna be the best podcast in history because I'm a clown. But I can't clown if Val give me the rules. I should have asked him before I left. Oh, by the way, Val, who we about to do the podcast for? Then it's up to me to decide whether I want to do the performance or not. That's where Nelly gets caught up. You notice that they ain't said a damn thing to Rick Ross and Soulja Boy, because first of all, Soulja Boy needs the damn money, and Rick Ross with them wing stops he got, they struggling. They doing some things right now, so he get his paper. But Ricky Rose still holding down Miami. He can still hold his own even if he went back in the studio. But Nelly and Snoop, whole nother ball game.
Well, I think it's because they're the ones that have the most name recognition, and I
Sure.
want to thank. Yeah, and I went to, and this is with permission. Thank you guys. Welcome to the culture. They always post great stuff, and of course, I was thinking, I'm like, why? Okay, he's interviewing him. He's talking with Nelly, and he's just talking, and I was just thinking, did he do any research on who he's performing for? Like it's very easy to just go ahead and just do the thing. And what was some of the fallout that happened is now he's either engaged or married to Ashanti. Ashanti had 110 fans only website, and they took it down. Oh my
Cause she
gosh.
getting beat up. She getting beat up. Why is
She's
she getting beat up?
up.
Because my
Yeah.
man made a mistake. He made a dumbass mistake, but he made a mistake. And the crazy part about it, Val, you just hit the nail on the coffin. And
Mhm.
that is when you get ready to go to perform. I guarantee if you go back and ask Nelly back in those 90s when he came out, before he
Mhm.
did a performance, did he know where he was going to go? Yeah, he knew you were going to go. Why? Because you had
Mhm.
a tour chart. You know you're going to open up in Biloxi, Mississippi, and your tour was going to end in St. Louis, Missouri, back home.
Mhm.
You knew that.
Oh, they got
You can't
married. Okay.
you can't go out and perform and do that. Now, the two people got something totally different going on. Snoop on I don't know if
Oh,
you had a Snoop.
before you get to Snoop, I just want to stay on. I just want to stay
Okay.
on.
So
I want
on
to stay
Nelly.
on Nelly
So
for a second.
on Nelly. So
Yeah.
he should have known better to do
Mhm.
that. Now, your mama and my mama came up give or take around the same time. And I know as kids, they taught us one thing: boy, be a leader, don't be a follower. Right? If you're gonna do things, check it out. Make sure that you are knowing what you're getting yourself involved in before you should get yourself involved.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Now, him and Ashanti are married. Thank you so much for that, and letting us know about that, Queen April. But I just here's the thing. I don't think there's a rule book. Let's say this was it's 2025. Let's say it's 1965. Let's say you were asked to perform for the governor of Mississippi. And
Hell no.
there were people that were leading the culture at the time that would
The
give
KKK. That was the culture.
but that was the KKK. But I'm talking about on the other side. There
Well, I'm just
were
saying, you said 1965, so let's just put it out there.
Yeah, 1965. So there were people that were out there, most notably Dr. King, that could be asked, is this a good thing or not? I think, unfortunately, and this will also apply to Snoop, we have no, I want to call it, strong civil rights leaders that are out there like a Dr. King, like a
Right.
Malcolm X,
Exactly.
like a Andrew Young in his prime. These are the folks that you could go to them, ask them, hey, you think this would be a good idea? And here's the thing. If you need the money, because I'm looking at what April said, Nelly needed the money to support his habit. I didn't know he had a habit. I don't know. Hey, anyway. but here's the thing. Allegedly, we have to say allegedly to be covered on the sports show. I mean, on the cast here. But all I'm saying is that if you needed the money and you went to a civil rights leader and said, hey, you think this is a good look? Well, I'm doing it because the governor of Mississippi is giving me money to whatever. You know what? We will have a performance. You could come here and perform for us. we'll get a rally or something together, and we'll pay you. If you need the money, we'll pay you to perform. You don't have to go and perform for, I think it was George Wallace. I think that was his name, the former
Alabama.
governor.
That's what my folks said. Alabama governor.
Alabama. So yeah, so he would not be the person that you would perform for. But like I said, there is no established civil rights leader out there where you could kind of tap the shoulder and say, like, I could say Al Sharpton, but he's doing his own thing. I could say some other folks, but it's like they're still a part of, I want to call it the old regime. But that did Nelly have someone to talk to about this? Like, is this a good look? Because he said, he went on, you heard him say, Soup said he was going. So I said, I'm going to go so I can go get this paper. Now, all money ain't good money, but I'm just saying. So
let me tell you this.
We'll wrap up Nelly. There we go.
As my boy say, break it down and let it be broke. Let me tell you something. We're going to go back to 65, right? As where you started. I know in 65, I don't give a damn what group you bring to me. The Rebel Without a Cause, they KKK, right? This is 65.
Mm-hmm.
We already know what happened to those workers that came from Washington that tried to do all the discovery. I get that. In 65, I love Brother Martin. I love him to death, but I'm riding with Malcolm X because I'm an ex-cat. Because Brother Martin, he was trying to make peace with his hand, but Malcolm said, we're going to, by any means necessary. So if you want me to perform, I'm probably going to show up with the nation, right? Right? I probably got Brother Minister Farrakhan, south side of Chicago, for those that don't know, outside of Hyde Park. His folks are going to be watching over me because I'm not going anywhere as an artist to perform without knowing where I'm going. I don't give a hoot what Nelly's trying to tell you.
A hoot?
A hoot. Right? Because I may know that Val is the marquee or on the marquee, and I'm trying to get to the marquee, but at the same time, I got my own because Snoop didn't make him come.
Okay.
Snoop didn't send no Crips down there to pick him up. Right? Snoop didn't say, if you don't come, then the show ain't gonna be, it's not gonna go off. He didn't say that. And Nelly said it his own self. Oh, my man, Snoop about to go get this paper? I'm about to go get this paper. I would have rather for Nelly, as we wrap this piece up, to just simply have said, you know something? I was at the crib with my wife, laying back, sipping on some bourbon, smoking a cigar, chilling. Like Martin said, chilling. Rubbing on my wife's stomach, and my phone rang. My manager's on the line said, oh, by the way, dog, Snoop about to go perform for the president. Do you want in? For sure. I'm going to say that. Oh, really? Yeah, what it looking like? And he about to get a meal piece. Okay, cool. Put me in. I'm good for that. Packed my bags. I rolled out. It wasn't until I hit the set until I said, oh, snap. Oh, I ain't realized this was for Donald Trump. But you know something? I'm already here. I can't pull out. So then I would have rather seen him take the paper and then said, hey, America, I know y'all gonna be mad at me based on whatever. I got a phone call to go kick it with my homie Snoop. I did it, performed a bit of night, so hopefully the community can forgive me. If we can forgive the white man that sit in front of the church in South Carolina, we can forgive the police that choked out George Floyd. We can forgive the white guy that went up to Kenosha, Wisconsin. We can forgive the killers that killed out everybody in Sandy Hook, the person that killed the people here in Nashville. Black folks have a tendency of being able to forgive and forget and say, God's going to get you. We okay. The Lord's going to bless me. White folks have a tendency of putting your ass in jail, and we ain't got that far. So, Nelly, we're not putting you in jail. We're saying, come on, bro. Right? They're like, come on, bro. So Nelly took the paper. He took the paper. I'm going to tell you what Snoop did, but Nelly took the paper. But he could have had at least a better explanation, Val, in my personal opinion.
And April says, we have Bishop Barber. I agree with that. And many others who they could have talked to. And there are many leaders they could have referred to. And here's the thing. It's just about, because of what you represent to the culture as hip hop artists, like you speak for the disenfranchised and for others that have gone through, who have struggled as Black men in America. And it's just the optics. Now, let's go over to Snoop.
Hold on before we go to Snoop. April,
Uh-oh.
I love you to death. You know you my girl. But turning in a Tesla, that ain't gonna do it. You know why? Because they already bought the damn Tesla. They got a bill. They can turn them damn Teslas in if they want. They still gonna get an invoice every month. And for them that don't pay, they gonna have bad ass credit. We already know that. The problem is, don't go buy no more Teslas, right? Don't go buy no more new cars. Don't go put your money in what Elon Musk is trying to do in the future. That's how you kill that process. But for right now, for the ones that's got the Teslas and all that, unfortunately, you bit the apple. You know, you like Eve, you bit the apple. Gotta live with the consequences.
Exactly. So now this is from Welcome to the Culture. Excuse the language. But this is what Snoop said back in 2017 when the current president was elected back then. Let me see if I go ahead and play this for you guys. Yeah, here we go from Welcome to the Culture. Thanks so much for this.
I'm gonna roast like one of you. I was the one that performs for himself. Ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh? Which one of you jigaboo gonna be the first one to do it? I'm waiting. I'm gonna roast like one of you. I was the one that performs for himself. Ain't nobody gonna perform for Donald Trump, huh?
So that was in 2017. Now, what was going around the internet was him performing 1, 2, 3 into the foe, like the regular songs that he normally does. And I'm like, oh, he went. Okay. What's the difference between Nelly and Snoop making the choice to perform at something like this inauguration ball? It was a crypto ball just before the inauguration this weekend.
I'm a little pissed at Snoop. One reason I'm a little pissed at Snoop, because I don't really like the N-word and a lot of stuff, especially talking to a lot of different people. And they cooked him on the breakfast show. When he did the song, he could have bleeped out, because he's done a lot of clean versions of multiple things. He could have bleeped out the N-word, but he didn't. He 1, 2, 3 into the foe. I'm with my Dre, baby. He could have bleeped all that out, but he didn't. He said it. And this is the reason why that we give the PWIs the okay to think that they can use that N-word freely when they want, even the ones that are rappers, entertainers, movies, the whole 9 yards, because we don't never put consequences on anything. Now, in Snoop's defense, for what he was saying is that Snoop in 2020 is not Snoop in 2025. Snoop in 2020 was still Snoop Dogg. He was a Martha Stewart Snoop, right? Snoop in 2025 is American Snoop. See, he's the ambassador. Snoop to move status. He's already that brother that came up out of South Central, Long Beach, California, throwing up the Crip sign, dealing with everything else, bringing all the gangs together with the Crips and Bloods on the West Coast, doing a lot of stuff after the Rodney King situation and moving into the 2000s. Then what a lot of people don't realize is Snoop has already got his organization with his youth football so large in the Compton and Long Beach and Southern California area, and expanded out to Las Vegas, that this brother's put a lot of our young African-American men in colleges and in the NFL. And some even went to the NBA. And these same young brothers came out of the background where you grow into the line of crime and violence. And they will be still those brothers that possibly would be kicking in your doors or maybe making bad decisions with your daughter. So in Snoop's defense of what he's probably saying is, hey, I ain't that Snoop. I get what I said back in the day, but then I had to look at the political landscape. And now that I went over to Paris for the Olympics, and now I got everything cooking from T-Mobile to Martha Stewart's hair and all of her food and everything else that's rolling. Shit, I'm the new Stu. This is the new me, Stu. And oh, by the way, take her this meal piece. If one of y'all brothers didn't want me to perform, why didn't you offer me the same money plus $100 over? And then I wouldn't have performed. But in the meanwhile, I can't talk for Nelly. But this money for me went down to New Orleans in my football youth program to expand that and get something new on this side of the country. So Snoop's paper's coming so tight. The other thing too, Val, is that you and I talked last night. Now, this gives also a brand new avenue for those uniform gang members that he's trying to uniform to get into the now society without having to get up every day and run from the police. Now, Snoop just created a brand new security firm of these street brothers. Now, with Elon Musk, with Jeff Bezos, with Mark Zuckerberg, and everybody was there. You don't think they're going to have Facebook parties, Google parties, Microsoft parties, Apple parties? Yeah. Now, Snoop now just opened a whole new wallet up. And I guarantee you, in this year, you about to see him perform at a lot of places on the West Coast, and you about to see his boys doing security work. That's the difference. And if Nelly could have basically came out, Val, and said, hey, listen, my homie Snoop was performing, I'll perform it. I didn't ask no question. Snoop told me to get it. I had an open date, about to have a baby. I need this paper. Whatever y'all want to say, cool. But you cannot crush Michelle Crissette and K. Michelle a few years ago and dog those two sisters out and drag them through the mud and bring their numbers down and don't show up for their performances and don't make sure their albums sell. And then you support what we got going on because these two brothers decided to step up for the devil. Come on, man. Talk to me.
So I see that April placed in the chat, turn in your Teslas. If you boycott Snoop and Nelly, boycott Tesla. Just my opinion. And she says, I would love to say more, but Lord will handle this entire situation. And as I said a little bit earlier, and I picked this shot of Dr. King. I wonder what he would say about Nelly and then there was other folks that performed. Soulja Boy.
Doc have been put 2 thumbs up. If I'm Nelly, Val, you got that picture. Well, I'm going to Dr. King and I'm on my knees tonight saying, Dr. King, I finally got your dream. I made sure that you said all people were going to work together on both sides of the aisle one day. So I performed. I worked on the other side of the aisle. So I'm going to bite into that if I'm Nelly. Because we know what Dr. Martin Luther King did. We know without this brother that you're showing right now, again, as we and you talked last night, there is no podcast. Not no African-American podcast. We're still just African-Americans. We're probably not even dominating the sports world without that brother doing what he did. So, again, I know we talked Martin Luther, but why, my question to you, Val, even April, while you listening, why don't anybody ever mention how Malcolm X would have handled it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Malcolm X? That would have been a little bit more volatile, I think. But then again, if I talk about the Malcolm X who went to Mecca, less volatile, but then kind of like, let me educate you. Yeah, let me educate you on, what it is. To me, it's all about optics. And here's the thing. Initially, when you were telling me about all of the things that Snoop has done, I'm thinking, oh, that's wonderful. I'm happy to hear all that. But I think now Snoop is in a tax bracket that many of us are not close to. And
like walk around town or walk around the world, you don't have to have your ID on you. That's a different tax bracket.
I said that's a different tax bracket. You get paid by one network $9 million to not, with knowledge cover the the Olympics, you
No,
go
not
and you have fun.
kick it every day. I'm giving you
Kick it.
650,000 stacks a day. Period.
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 So
I know people that don't make that in a lifetime.
so it's troubling. Now here is something, and one of my favorite actresses, Erica Alexander, she went ahead and posted this on her Instagram. I spent a lot of time on Instagram yesterday, so this was something I would like to share, and this is kind of how I feel about it all. And let me go ahead. Okay, so here we go. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe nor with politics nor popular, but he must take it because he must take it because conscience tells him it is right. It is with deep anger." Now, I think that's what she stated. Now, this is another quote. "It is with deep anger and disappointment that we witness artists like Snoop Dogg, Nelly, Rick Ross, and Soulja Boy choosing to platform at Donald Trump's inaugural ball. For decades, these individuals have been the voices that resonated with the pain, resilience, and aspirations of Black communities. Their artistry has been often grounded in the struggles of African Americans and the fight for justice. Yet, this decision to align themselves with an administration that has consistently disregarded the humanity and dignity of marginalized communities feels like a betrayal. It sends a troubling message, one that contradicts the values of unity, equity, and progress that our ancestors, including Dr. King, fought so hard to achieve. In times like these, we must demand accountability from those who represent our culture. Performances at such events are not neutral acts, they carry weight. Standing on that stage is a choice to either endorse or reject the oppression we continue to face. And to those who have taken that stage, we ask, what does your conscience tell you? Are you truly listening to the voices of those who made your platform possible? Now more than ever, it's imperative that we stand firm, guided by the principles and the commitment to justice. We will not be silenced, nor will we sit idly by when those who spoke for us choose to stand against us. This is Rosie Perez.
Oh, that's my baby. Yeah. You know, pal, what I got to say out of that is if this was mine and your generation, if this was the 60s, 70s, early 80s generation, more thumbs up. I feel Rosie. My sister used to work with her and do some stuff back in the day. I feel it.
Mhm.
And I get with you. I 2 thumbs up. This is the new generation. This is social media.
It is.
We ain't thinking like that. We're not doing that. So I'm going to point a question to you, April, while you listening in the audience, because I haven't heard from some of you guys. And Val, I'm going to put a big question to you tonight. And
Uh-oh.
I'm going to phrase it underneath this umbrella. You're working with a president who basically we know ain't got them all up here, right? But money and power brings what? Greed, right?
Greed, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But to come in the second term, he knew that if he comes in the way he came in the first time, because the first time he came in smoking, he came down the aisle, bow, bow, brrr, shooting everything. Well, he couldn't come in like that this time. He couldn't come in hot. So I got to give it to him, though. He said, I'm going to come through the door this time, and I'm bringing the most powerful heads of businesses that run this country with me through the door. AI technology, electrical vehicle technology, space, automation, manufacturing, right? Bring them to the door. So now, these are the people that no matter what party is in office, they okay.
Mm-hmm.
Doing Biden's, doing Barack Obama's, doing the Bushes, You know, you were still getting FedEx and UPSs at the crib. It wasn't until 10 years ago you started getting Amazons at the crib, right?
Right,
So
right.
the question on the table that I want to pose and I want to answer to before we get out of here is, how quickly does this blow over? Because as a people, we are good to mellow in mess. But when the mess is at our front door, we squabble with it long enough. But when it's at somebody else's door, we forgive, then we forget. So the question is, yeah, Nelly performed. Yes, Snoop performed. Soldier Boy and Rick Ross already off the hook because ain't a damn soul talking about them, right? Nobody. Because we know Soldier Boy is done relevant and he just needs some paper. We already get that. And I mentioned Rick Ross is doing what he thinks he like Shaq. So with the two biggest names in there with Nelly and with Snoop, the question is, how quickly does this blow over? And depending on how quickly does this blow over, what's the outcome? Is it a good outcome? Snoop happens with another concert. Y'all brothers gonna buy tickets? Are you not? Are the old school cats gonna go rep him? If he's part of a old school hip hop fest with Snoop, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, Tribe Called Quest, KRS-One, Rakim, LL Cool J. Y'all not gonna go see that? Yeah, because you're gonna go see the other artists. But when Snoop come out, you gonna boo? Is this gonna go back to be an East Coast, West Coast thing like it was back in the early 90s? So that's the
Right.
question on the table. How quickly will it blow over? And if it blows
Well,
over, do you forgive or do you forget?
forgive, forget, but then I think what is missing is education.
All right.
Education. I think, and here's the thing:
How do we
if
educate out of
you're
this?
okay, yeah, if you're okay with going to a concert and getting booed from the people that literally carried you throughout your
Support
career,
you,
that was there when you
made you.
released your first hot singles or whatever that was. Snoop Dogg and I are the same age. We are both the same, born in the same year. So there was a sense of, in my mind, me being proud of him because he has pretty much touched every part of the industry. But then I'm thinking, you know, he's always promoted, doing the weed or whatever. But I'm thinking, like, what was it that was more important? And I understand that you're doing help with, with the kids with sports in that regard, but I feel for him for the next time that he performs and he's out there. This performance, and I made sure that I picked this picture. This performance from the 2022 Super Bowl with him, Dr. Dre, Eminem, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige, and our current performer, Kendrick Lamar. He'll be performing in the 2025 Super Bowl. This was a proud moment for myself and for the culture. This won an Emmy. This performance that he's a part of won an Emmy because of its production value, because it was LA ran. It was LA. It was in LA. And Dre brought all of these elements together to kind of represent the culture. That Chronic album in 92, I was in college. He had graduated, but I was in college listening to that on repeat from everybody's room, not just
like Dre
from
said.
folks that look like me and you, but it was they were a part of they bled into American culture. Thank you. All over. So,
and you just gave me that answer.
Yeah. But education, I want you to be educated. I don't want you I don't want us to go around and continuously put Nelly and continuously put Snoop Dogg down, Calvin, his born name. I
Calvin
love
Brown.
these two individuals. I love these two individuals, but it's all about education. It's all about what do you do down the road? And you'll go, well, I'm using this. And with Snoop's side, I'm using the money to help other people. Nelly, I'm helping my new family. We get it. But I'm telling you, it's the optics that's effed up.
Well,
It
you
is
put and gave
so
me the
screwed
answer
up.
to that. You gave me the answer to that. And here's the reason why that's going to blow
Mhm.
over. And I love you, April. I'm going to read April, and I'm going to go the opposite of what she says. She says, it's
What she
not
said?
going to blow over. It won't blow over, and it won't blow over at all. It will not even be forgotten. They'll all need to be educated, kind of like what you said, Val, and put more funds into our communities, which is what I talked about, or more. Maybe they are getting paper so they can do more. We will see. That ain't it. And that's part of it, April. I talked to Val about this last night. Look at the biggest hip hops. My main man, my man's in them. Nas, right? Everyone else has got to go and so forth. These big artists that we just celebrating 20, 30, 40, and what, Val? 50 years of hip hop. That's only a
right.
handful of us in the audience. Those audiences are made up of what, Val? Young, white, hip hop lovers. Because we're not going to give our kids the money to go to those concerts. No. And if the blacks go to the concerts, we'll give a handful. But when those guys go to London and they go to Paris, and they go to Heathrow, they go to Germany, they go to Down Under in Australia, they are packed because the other side of the table want to come out. Why? Because they want to feel like us and feel like they are part of the hip hop culture. So because of that, and because of what you see, this is going to blow over, and you're about to see Snoop and possibly Nelly on bigger ventures because, again, if we let a man take the office with 34 convictions, and now he's telling us what to do and how we're going to do it, then two brothers that performed at a concert for somebody on the opposite side of the track and got some money out of it, and we'll talk about this for the next few weeks, and then that man in office, he's going to screw up in the next few weeks. You already know that. It's coming.
No, it's coming tomorrow. I don't know why you're saying a couple of weeks. It's coming tomorrow. Let me jump in here.
But after that, we're going to forget about what we talked about tonight. That's why.
And let me jump in here real quick. I'm going to wrap up here with TikTok. It was offline. When it came back, this message was here. A law banning TikTok has been enacted in the U.S. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok for now. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. Please stay tuned. And at 4 a.m. on Sunday, it was back. It was back. It was only off for maybe about 10 or 12 hours. I'm not sure. So
the other piece of the message, Val, that you didn't read, they got a message out there from Google, Apple, that if new users buy a new phone, they can't get TikTok because it's not in the App Store. But the old users can. But the old users that got TikTok can't get any updates until this 75-day hold goes by. Now, it's supposed to be 90, but your boy, he just created 75 days. All right. The hell with 90.
Yeah, so when it came back, Tony, listen to this message. Welcome back. Thanks for your patience and support. As a result of President Trump's efforts, TikTok is back in the U.S. You can continue to create, share, and discover all the things you love about TikTok. But guess what? The editing app that helps you make those videos, CapCut, is not working.
No longer. And for the next 75 days, again, Val, I'm going to appease you. I'm going to appease you. Because what this dude is coming in and saying, like he talking about some, oh, yes, very beautiful, very, very beautiful. We're going to rename the Gulf of America, Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Come on, man. Get off out of here, man. Nobody doing all that.
April is giving us breaking news out of California. She says a new fire just broke out in Riverside, California.
Oh, I gotta call my people. Thank you, April. I got a couple of homeboys and some people I know out in Riverside. So that's just scary because it's amazing, Val, how that fire has literally gone around Los Angeles, isn't it?
Yeah.
City
Yeah.
of Angels.
And I think here's the thing. It's weird how certain homes were burned all the way down and then some stayed intact. I don't
That's
know if they
Mother
had
Nature, Val.
fireproof.
I mean, I am in
Weird.
Nashville. Hey, trust me, I
Mm-hmm.
am in Nashville. I have seen from my own eyes. I have driven through neighborhoods. I've physically taken pictures of your house getting blown off the face of this earth. And my house is just got debris from tornadoes. I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a building crushed, and one door, two doors over, that house just got the debris that was blowing around. So it's Mother Nature. So as they say, the fire hops. But I just hope that
Yeah.
that they can just do something to bring this to a close. And I hate that every time there's a situation like that, there has always been a homeless person or an idiot that has started this stuff. It has cost people billions of dollars. And now we're in one of the richest places in America, right, Val? And when
Right.
it hit the other side of the tracks, then we got a problem. See, if it was up in Harlem, right? If it was up in the D, if it was up in the
Right.
south side or west side of Chicago, it'd be a little news, but it wouldn't be like this. But because it's affecting so many people, and we are people, and we got to help one another, and we got to pitch in. And because Mother Nature, she don't come in colors. She don't. She don't choose you because you black or white or Asian or Jew or Gentile or whatever you are. She just says, this is my path. Either you are in it and get destroyed, or you're on the outside of it looking in. And unfortunately, when we get times like this, that's why I hate the political rhetoric that goes about what the Democrats did and what the hell the Republicans did. Go fix it, man. Because do you know that California got more Republicans in the state than you got in the Southeast region? That's facts.
Wow. Check this out. April says, Coach, you ready for Memphis Airport to be named after President Trump?
No, April, you got that wrong. That is not Memphis. That is right here with me in Nashville, Tennessee. Not Memphis. They're not going to go to Memphis. He don't give a damn about Memphis. That's us. That is here in good old Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. The Nashville B&A Airport, Val, just received paperwork this week. They are taking a vote on it. It hasn't been done yet, April, so that's not true. But they're taking a vote on it right now to rename Nashville B&A Airport to Trump International. Crazy.
So that's the airport in
That's where I fly out all
Nashville.
the time. In Nashville, not Memphis. Let's get it right. Not Memphis, Nashville.
Oh, this happened. This hit actually 9 hours ago. Okay.
That is correct. And it's on the table for the freaking vote for the state politicians now to rename the airport. You got Reagan, you got JFK. They're trying to rename this to Trump International, Tennessee.
Tennessee bill, and this is according to Tennessean.com.
That's correct.
Seeks to rename Nashville Airport as Trump International Airport. Within days of Donald Trump's inauguration, one Republican lawmaker in Tennessee is proposing to rename Nashville International Airport to the Trump International Airport.
So it hasn't happened, but it's on the table. And again, for those that are listening to my voice, we always talk about get out and vote. This is going to a referendum. If you don't know what that is a vote that's left for the people. Then you get out and you vote. Get out and vote.
Yeah, that's what's most important. And I see Christine Castle. She says in response to the winds picking up and the fire starting, God protecting Los Angeles and area and downtown LA. And she says, "Oh no, this this crazy. My husband will go nuts. April's apologizing. She says, "My bad, coach." But yeah, that's interesting information that we just did this. So of course, let's make sure we vote. But like I said, I gotta befriend Don Lemon. He was on CNN. Now he has his own platform. He said something so poignant a couple of days ago that said that you don't allow yourself to just go with the wind and the turns and the roller coasters of what's going to be happening with this administration. Pray, take a day, take time away from social media, take time away from the news, and, get in touch. And then, of course, every president is judged by their first 100 days. In the first days of this year of 2025, what are you going to do to make your community, your world, your environment better for someone else?
The difference between everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
the difference between them other presidents, they had the word to get in there. This brother jump off right off the tip because he had everything. He don't need 100 days. I'm going to judge me in 10. But I'm going to tell you, Val, and I'm going to leave it with this note as we were talking about it on this here. The Breakfast Club was mentioning it because there was no mention of this at all. We talk about Snoop and Nelly, but they was like, what about the politicians? What about when they said President Obama was like, hey, I had to make small talk, laughing and joking and shaking hands and this and that. What about Joe Biden? They didn't do the things they had to do. What about the other Democrats that stepped up from the House? Kevin McCarthy, they put him out, Republican. He's still preaching this and that going on. So when you're looking at these two hip hop entertainers, what about our politicians? What about our ex-politicians, our ex-presidents, the people that make a difference in our lives, the people that we look up to and we support for our political views? That's why I say at some point, and I'm dead serious, this country has got to put down the rhetoric, because there's no way in the world that women outnumber men in the United States of America about 4.5 to 5 to 1, that we have yet to have a female educated woman to run this country. We're actually behind time. We've had one in Great Britain. We've had one in Canada. We've had one in Mexico. We've had one in Australia, right? So it ain't like if we have a woman president, we're the first people in the world. No, we're behind. So until we can figure it out, because right now, he only got 4 years. And listen to me tonight. He will be the first president that go against the grain, because he always said we got to change so many amendments to say that he need to change the way we view our presidency, and they need to give him 4 more terms. Instead of serving 2 terms as 8, I ain't done nothing wrong. The country's looking good. I need to serve another term. Make it 3. See, we'll fall into that dumbness like some of the Republicans has, and we don't see it. Because if you haven't, I told you, Val, when you and I was on the call, very good friend of mine, very wealthy, on the other side of the tracks, said we don't worry about the people on opposite side of the tracks, because when we go home at night, your neighborhood don't look like mine. The golf courses you play on don't look like the golf courses I play on. And when I leave and go in my neighborhood, Tony, I got security at my gates. You just go home. See, to get on my street, it's going to take you 1 mile or 2 miles on a long street. So if something does happen in my community, the police is waiting on you on the opposite end. In your neighborhood, they got multiple streets to get away, and they do what they call an investigation. Food for thought.
Food for thought. Kevin Springer wants to leave it like this. And of course, I have an article on LinkedIn, our newsletter that we have. He said that Dave Chappelle issues a plea to Donald Trump before the inauguration. This was on SNL. He did a phenomenal job with the monologue. And I knew this was something I wanted to cover, but we didn't get a chance to, but that's fine. There's a link to the CNN information. But of course, I'm real excited that we got a chance to write up a thing says Dave Chappelle's SNL monologue, a masterclass in comedy and cultural commentary. Linked in, and here's the thing: he encourages Donald Trump, please do better next time. And this is his time. So all we can do at this point, Snoop and Nelly, you know, they are our black men. They are our idols. They are our folks. Well, I don't like idols. They are the ones that we love and celebrate.
They're idols.
Educate. Yeah, they're idols to some people, but here's my thing. Let's educate, and let's do a great job in educating ourselves about how we can make our community, our areas, our businesses, our careers better so we can help others. Each one, teach one, reach one. Let's go back.
Reach one. I love that. Hey, Christina, I love you, but we can't do no 3 terms, girl. These politicians are too damn old. We need to get them out of here after 1 term. 3 terms? No, that's way too much. I get it. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be for those that don't know, I majored in political science, history, and that side of the house. So I get very agitated, but I get very much involved. There needs to be short terms, right? We need to really, if we got a governor coming between the presidency, we need to only have the Senate and the House only serve every 8. And I think if we turned over people in the House every 8 years, like we turn the presidency over every 4, we give the president an opportunity to serve 2 as a max, right? So why not give the senators just straight 8 years, and at the end of that presidency, whether it goes 1 or 2 terms, then we're going to look for some more people. Because the more new blood you get in, instead of sitting up with figure like Bernie, sitting up there because he was chilling, rubbing old girl on the shoulder, girl, what's happening? You know, he wasn't into that, but we've got to do better. And the only way we're going to do better is if you can turn people over quicker and faster, you'll get what America looks like.
Yeah.
It's called the old oligarch, right, Val? You've heard that, right? The old oligarch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The more you stay with the old oligarch, you're never going to get to. If you never cleaned out your wardrobe and you wore that stuff from 1990 and came outside there, you think they're going to say you looking fly?
No. You looking old.
You looking old as hell. Matter of fact, we ain't even going to call it the Pull Up Podcast, so we just going to call it the Pull Up.
Oh my gosh. And April agrees with you. Well, let's wrap up. This is Patreon. Join our community on patreon.com/interludes. And if you want to know how to get started doing your own podcast, let us know and we'll go ahead and patreon.com/interludes. If you want to become a sponsor or feature yourself on this platform, you can do so and reach out to us at linktree./Pure Light Media. And of course, I'm excited. I'm wearing it tonight, Coach. I got the hoodie. You see,
I gotta get the merch. I gotta get the merch.
Gotta get the merch. And of course, I'll show it when I take this down. But get your copy of the ebook, A DJ Saved My Life. It is coming to a print bookstore near you. Oh my gosh. I'm so grateful that we got a chance to get it out there. Visit purelighthouse.net for the merch. And of course, I'm looking for, I have my mug and I have also my t-shirt, my sweatshirt and my t-shirt. So I'm really excited about that. And of course, next week on the Pull Up Podcast Show, who you got?
Man, we're working on a guest and it's going to be a surprise.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, there we go. But of course, join us on next week for another episode of Interludes Extra Talk on Tuesday. Doesn't this look nice? I showed this at the beginning of the show. It's a journal.
I like that. And I like that merch. And before we get out of here, on a sadder note tonight, I didn't want to mention at the top of the hour, kind of like what you had a situation a while back. I had a personal friend of mine, golfer, my frat brother, one of the illustrious members of Kappa Alpha Psi Incorporated, passed away at 51 years of age from
no.
a massive heart attack. Brother Heshy Hall here in Nashville, Tennessee. Blessing goes out to his family, his wife, Christina Hall. Hopefully she's listening tonight. His daughter, other family members. They'll be paying tribute to his services this weekend in Henderson, Kentucky, right just off the border of Evansville, Indiana area. So Val, I just wanted to give out and give he's about to move, as we call, Kappa Invisible, Chapter Invisible, with all the other illustrious brothers. And he was just a brother of achievement in every area of endeavors. And I think in order for us to move forward as a people, that's what we have to continue to do, achieve at every endeavor.
Well, we'll be praying for your friend's family, but we'll see you guys on next week as we wrap up the month of January. I'm Val the Voice Johnson.
And I'm Coach Tony, and I'm out.
Peace.